Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of In the School Parking Lot. My name is Paul Everts. I'm your host. You can reach me at my email address, which I wish you would. It's BAND, the number 2 together, band together, Comcast.net. Also, go to our website, which is conductingmylife.com, where you'll see I'm a speaker, trainer, coach. John Maxwell. I'm not representing them on this video. I'm representing me. Who am I? I'm a high school, now actually elementary school music teacher. Started teaching in 1989, so maybe the 20th century. I'm in California. My entire career has been in California, and I'm a survivor. But on or around April the, I want to say 8th, 2021, the principal at my school had said to me, Paul, hate to tell you this, you need to go to the parking lot. Keep Jesus Christ there. Keep Jesus Christ in the parking lot. And then I said to the principal, I said, did you tell all the gay teachers to take down their pride flags? So that's different. I don't think it's different. You allow them to be gay publicly. I'd like to be a Christian publicly. Did you tell the BLM supporters to take down their BLM banners? No, it's different, Paul. I don't think it is. Sorry, buddy. And then he becomes human resource director, and he tells me October 6th, 2021, to stop telling my students I love them, and I don't care about your First Amendment rights. Get off social media. All right, so that's pretty much my 90-second introduction to who I am, and hence why we have In the School Parking Lot. So what I do is I share stories about education that you're not going to hear in a classroom on colleges, on campuses for colleges of education. You're not going to hear them discussed in faculty lounges, because when you do that, you're probably getting bad looks and you are ostracized. You're shunned. So I am doing this Saturday, the 14th of September. It's really important to know, especially the election coming, that if anything that I'm saying now, just know it was recorded on the 14th of September. All right, so what's the story for today? The story for today is school district had trans identifying female supervise young boys showering, lawsuit alleges. This is from the Daily Wire. September the 5th, 2024 is the date of the story. You're seeing this sometime in the first week of October, maybe, because I posted October 5th. All right, here we go. School district had trans identifying female supervise young boys showering. Wow, okay. This is written by Mary Margaret Olohan. Colorado School District has knowingly and repeatedly assigned children to bunk with members of the opposite sex on overnight trips, according to the lawsuit obtained by the Daily Wire. Jefferson County School District's transgender students policy requires that all students on overnight visits are to be roomed by their gender identity rather than their actual sex. The district shared this policy with transgender identifying students and chaperones, but not with students or their parents. The 3 families suing the district, I jumped ahead. 3 parents suing the district on behalf of their children: Joseph and Serena Wales, Brett and Suzanne Roller, R-O-L-L-E-R, and Robert and Jade Perlman. Did not learn about the policies until their children found themselves rooming with students and chaperones of the opposite gender on trips. Yikes. In one instance, the district assigned an 11-year-old girl to bunk with a trans-identifying boy. In another, it placed a trans-identifying 18-year-old female student, who only a week earlier had identified as female, in a cabin with 11 and 12-year-old boys, where she allegedly supervised their changing and showering, according to the lawsuit. In both instances, students were uncomfortable with the rooming situation. The 11-year-old girl contacted her mother, who was also chaperoning the trip, and pulled her daughter from the room. Many of the boys under the care of the 18-year-old student who were at a remote location without cell phones resorted to changing in their sleeping bags and refused to shower for the duration of the trip. Read the rest of the full article. The link is in the description below. What in the world is going on? Mass confusion, and people are getting hurt. I don't see how this is healthy for anybody. I don't get it. I don't understand you people. I have no idea why you think that is a safe, sound way to raise children in that environment. I don't get it. All right, we move quickly to another, because I try to keep these to 10 to 15 minutes long. We're almost done with this book. I highly recommend this book. I don't read it word for word because I don't want the authors to sue me or get mad at me. I hope they're like going, thank goodness Paul's sharing the book, because maybe someone will buy the book. All right, that's what I'm hoping for. So we're in chapter 26, Multiculturalism, the New Cultural Genocide. The term Americanization is no longer to be found in encyclopedias of social sciences, says Nathan Glazer, featured in We Are All Multiculturalists Now. One more time. The term Americanization is no longer to be found in encyclopedias of the social sciences. One of the main tenets of multiculturalism is that all cultures are equally valid in that there are no superior or inferior cultures, and all deserve equally serious respect and study. This, when put into practice in schools, means that children from immigrant families should be proud of the cultures they came from, and that these cultures should be celebrated in the American classroom. For example, in an article titled Developing a Multicultural Curriculum, authors Carolyn Brush and Judy Haynes cited a successful multicultural curriculum being used in second grade classroom in River Edge, New Jersey. The authors wrote, "This program combines teaching students about world cultures with the talents, the diverse population," and then they explained, I'm not going to read that. This is not where the author, this is the older author, this is probably Samuel Blumenfeld. This is not what I was taught in the New York City public schools back in the 1930s and 40s. I was the American-born child of immigrants who had come from Poland in the 1920s. They sent me and my siblings to public school to become Americans. They left behind culture, poverty, and discrimination, and the last thing they wanted was for their children to take pride in the depressing country. Indeed, when I entered the public school, I was awed by the large picture of George Washington on the classroom wall and the American flag. We sang, "My country 'tis of thee," in a land of liberty. I was in love with my country from the very beginning. I even wrote a poem about the love, which the school's principal read at an assembly, much to my embarrassment. I was proud to be an American and proud to be an adherent to the ideology of Americanism, which Yale professor David Glarner calls the fourth great Western religion, a militant creed dedicated to spreading freedom around the world. But multicultural education considers Americanism to simply be a form of American ethnocentrism, a worldview that promotes American patriotism at the expense of an immigrant child's adherence to the country and culture from which he or she came. To the multiculturalists, the reason why these immigrants came here was not because American culture and values were superior to those of their mother countries, but because America is richer and can provide them with more economic benefits. Kind of interesting now, as we all are struggling economically, at least on September the 14th, 2024. To Professor Glarner, that's Glernter, Glarner, Americanism is much more than mindless patriotism. The professor wrote in his book, Americanism, quote, "I will argue that America is no secular republic. It's a biblical republic. Americanism does not merely announce the nation's ideals on its own authority. It speaks on behalf of the Bible, and the Bible's God, as Lincoln did in his second inaugural address. Its goal is for America to move forward with firmness in the right, as God gives us to the right," as Lincoln said in the same speech. In other words, there's a deeply spiritual aspect to the concept of Americanism, which our secular, anti-God education rejects. And that's true. You know, I was told, remember, keep Jesus Christ in the parking lot, Paul. Okay, thanks a lot, Rob. Appreciate that. We'll tell you his last name. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see. Let me read just a couple more paragraphs and then I'll let you go because it's 10 minutes. While the American consciousness was given to us by our founding fathers, who, for the most part, were indeed white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, one does not have to be white Anglo-Saxon or even Protestant to accept it. There are many African Americans, Hispanics, Germans, Armenians, Russians, Catholics, and Jews who accept it. Becoming an American does not mean aping wasps. It means accepting the essence of what the founding fathers stood and died for. That essence is founded on biblical principles, which include the concept of moral absolutes. To deprive children, school children, of that knowledge is to rob them of their common American heritage. One more paragraph. The only way parents can safeguard their children from such socialist brainwashing is to educate them at home or place them in private schools where traditional subject matter is taught in the traditional way. Patriotism is alive and well in the homeschool movement, where biblical principles prevail. And while we must all live in a society where multiculturalism has run amok, the greatest gift parents can give their children is the knowledge that moral sanity is far more important and necessary for our national survival than conforming to secular humanist cultural standards that reject God's law. That's good for today. All right, everybody, we do have a Venmo account. We'd love to have your help. I am retired. I do work at a charter school, but we need to build up our retirement. I left 3 years early because I just couldn't promote it anymore. I couldn't condone it. I couldn't walk the walk. It's not who I am. And I've lost a lot of friends. They've turned their backs on me. I'm here, open arms, ready to go. All right, everybody, again, we have a Venmo account. That's in the description. Thank you so much for watching In the School Parking Lot. Continue to support us. I'm here telling stories about education because education is the most underappreciated topic in our nation. God bless. Bye.